Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about what books to read during your first year of medical college. By the way, congratulations, you've gotten into medical college. You are going to become a doctor. So you'll have three subjects to read in your first year: anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. In anatomy, for your theory, the best book to read would be Vishram Singh or Chaurashya. A lot of people would tell you to read Chaurashya, but I feel that Vishram Singh has good pictures to help you draw in your exams, which will help you score better. For general anatomy, I used Chaurashya. Later, I found out about Moore's Clinical Anatomy, which was very interesting to read and had a lot of clinically oriented anatomy, which will be useful for your later years. While you read your main textbook, keep a Netter's Atlas for reference to understand the three-dimensional orientation. If you have too much time on your hands, you can read from Gray's Anatomy, not the one for students, that's useless. The big one, the big Gray's. This isn't a necessity and you mostly won't have time to read it all. As a part of anatomy, you'll also have to read histology and embryology. For histology, the best book with good descriptions and pictures is Diffier's Atlas. To be able to recreate those pictures for your exam, we read Yokesh Sontaki? Sasuke? Anyway, so for embryology, the best book to read would be Langman. It has good pictures and clinical boxes. If you need more orientation to understand, you can actually use more videos on YouTube as well. Some people have Moore's The Developing Human, but I've never actually read that. A huge part of learning anatomy is dissection. The Bible for dissection is Cunningham's. Use it. Follow the instructions carefully and dissect. Then go back to your room and read about whatever you saw, and you'll never forget. Moving on to physiology. There are just two books to know about, Guyton and Gannon. Now, Guyton is fun to read and all, but you may not retain what you read, so it's better to take notes so that you can prepare for your exams. This book does a great job of helping you understand physiology. Gannon is probably one step higher and it's concise, though it will actually be easier to read a topic from Gannon after you finish reading that topic in Guyton. At the end of the day, some people still feel that it's hard to read these books, so then you can use G.K. Paul. Please don't go below these books. I won't even mention the other books because they just help with rote memorization, but you won't understand the beauty of human physiology. Next is biochemistry. Oh, I hated biochemistry. The gold standard is Harper's Biochemistry. We used Vasudevan, which seemed to be a very good book to understand and to write for your exams. You may hate biochem like me, but you'll realize as the years go by that it's a very important subject. So just suck it up and read. Books for practicals in physio and biochem were just given by our college. They were just record books. One thing I realized later was that radiology is a very important part of medicine and surgery. When you learn anatomy, it's wise to also learn cut sectional anatomy. You can use the normal CT and MRI images from radiopedia.com. Learn the basics of what a CT or MRI is. And if you want to go full on nerd, you can also read about physics in radiology. A big tip for med students is to humble yourself. You've gotten into med school, that's great, but you basically know nothing and you have a long road in front of you. Always know that whatever you read, there's always more to it than you think. For example, let's take neuroanatomy. So you read it from Vishram Singh and you might get a little more information from Snell's neuroanatomy. And then you read Gray's anatomy and that has so much. You're amazed at the intrinsic complexity of neuroanatomy. But wait, there's more. Then you open Roton and you see surgical neuroanatomy and it's a totally different world. Then you realize that there are actually structures in the brain that wasn't even mentioned in Gray's. And they just have 2 lines in Wikipedia because they're under research currently. Because we don't know what they do. We think it's 2020. We probably figured out all the anatomy there is. But you'd be surprised that we actually discovered a ligament in the spine in 2018. Who knows what else is there to discover? Now let's talk about your potential. Never compare yourself with others. There will be people who score marks but seem to be reading very less. They are either hiding the fact that they read or they are very talented. Don't waste time thinking that they are better than you or they can retain more information than you. Don't worry about it. Find out what method of studying suits you and follow that. We are all different, and what method suited me might not suit you. The only thing needed to do well is hard work. Personally, I feel there's no use in scoring high marks in medicine, but acquiring knowledge so that you can do your future patients justice is very important. Lastly, you have 1 year to read something completely new and learn new words, so keep your efforts constant. Revise multiple times, and in time, your first year subjects become second nature, like a part of you. So don't worry, just enjoy acquiring that knowledge. So I'm going to end the video here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. For more videos, you guys can subscribe. And if you have any questions, please comment. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Till next time.